Google announced that its AI will start to do the Googling for you. Now, one less thing to do is always a good thing, right? Well, in this case, it's not good news at all for your business. On the face of it, it sounds like this should be really useful. Google providing summaries and answers to questions right there in the search results page could save people a lot of time. No more wading through all those SEO optimized blogs written for the search engines, not humans, and no more having to click through to a website and trawl through to find the information that you want. Wait, hang on, no more clicking through? That is bad news if you're the one with the website making the content, hoping to drive traffic to your website. Instead of more traffic, Google will come to your website, read it, learn it, and then use its AI to summarize your content in its search results. As a business, this means you'll lose your human visitors, which means you'll start to see a drop-off in your email sign-ups, your ebook downloads, and your course and program upsells. A lot of people, me included, have used search results as a way to build their audience, and this isn't going to work for much longer. The internet as we know it is about to change. So what can we do to adapt? Google is in somewhat of a paradox. With these impending changes, the traffic your website gets from Google will likely decrease as Google keeps more people on its search results pages. This makes building and maintaining your website less attractive. Your business still needs a website that you can direct people to and showcase your offer as well as share your ideas, but it will become less effective at growing your audience for free. So, this means it will become harder for your website to pay for itself. Now, this isn't just a concern for businesses. The paradox here is that Google is actually undermining itself. Google has built a vast empire of riches by indexing the internet and then letting people search that index. Many have relied on this to build their own businesses, and they generate a large portion of their revenue from the traffic that Google sends them. For a lot of answers that people search for, Google will now read and summarize the first 10 links for the user, rather than that user having to click through to those web pages. Google search results will still drive some traffic to your website. It's not possible to cover everything on that results page. But how much traffic can Google afford to cut off? If the number of visitors drops too much, then people will simply stop updating their websites with new content. And then what will Google use to generate its answers? Google is still relying on people making and updating content, which is the very thing it will be effectively discouraging. The likelihood is that Google will start slowly, testing the balance of keeping people on its page versus sending them to your website, and therefore incentivizing the creation of new content. But being part of that experiment doesn't sound like a good thing to me. The key here is not to rely on Google to connect you with your audience. The first reason for this is that Google is currently not that good at surfacing relevant content. If you try Googling a simple question, I bet you'll find that the first 10 links are SEO optimized blogs stuffed with affiliate links, ads, and keywords. Now, this is a world of Google's own creation. As AI gets better at generating this kind of spam content, then the businesses that rely on the gaming of Google's search algorithm will likely fail or just find somewhere else to go and spam. Over time, this will mean that businesses that show up consistently, genuinely, and generously will rise to the top as that SEO noise decreases. This is going to change some very long-established business models. However, I believe the real opportunity is elsewhere, and that is not good news for Google. People are already moving away from Google as the place to find answers. They look for more reliable recommendations on TikTok and Instagram. They check out YouTube. They listen to podcasts. They increasingly ask their online communities, which include things like WhatsApp groups, about recommendations for services and products. And this is all private, beyond the reach of Google's crawlers and AI. Showing up where your audience and communities are will become a far more effective way to reach people that you want to work with. Google has held the throne for a long time, but I feel like its time at the top is slowly coming to an end. Now you might be thinking, alright Simon, but a company as big as Google, surely they'll realise that they're eating their own tail. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about this recently, and they've all made the same point. And that point is that Google is so big that the conflict isn't yet registering internally. Google has to push its own AI products to keep its share price from plummeting. It has to show that AI is being rolled out if they want to keep up with companies like OpenAI. When companies are as big as Google, only their share price matters. The decline of the very thing that Google relies on for its revenue is just a dark cloud on the horizon, and they're hoping that that's either going to blow over or it will only arrive when someone else is in charge. I believe it's time to look beyond search for results. Relying on Google traffic to build your audience and authority is going to become increasingly difficult. But your content is still key to finding and engaging with people you want to work with. Diversifying where you show up and the ways in which you deliver that content is an effective marketing strategy that doesn't rely on Google or any other single platform. You've been listening to the Reframing Marketing podcast with me, Simon Batchelor. If this episode has got you thinking, press follow so the next episode will automatically appear in your podcast app as soon as it's released. In my book, Reframing Marketing, I dive deeper into the podcast topics and offer a fresh perspective on marketing. It's a 3-step guide to practical and ethical marketing for coaches, consultants, and anyone who is marketing themselves and their work. You can order your signed copy directly from me at reframingmarketing.com. Until next time, happy marketing.